Hey everyone, Pastor Doug from Grace Point Church here in beautiful Grand Junction, Colorado, and I've been going through a series on the Ten Commandments, and I thought it would be helpful to show you a way to remember all the Ten Commandments and in order. Follow along as I'll teach you with your hands how to remember this. Now, the first commandment, just point a finger up to the sky toward heaven. And just remember there is one God. We're to have no other gods. There's only one true God. And then the second commandment, take your two fingers, pointer fingers. You've got one here and one bowing down the other, bowing down to an idol. That'll help you remember the second commandment. And then the third commandment, hold up your three fingers. That forms kind of a W. And it also reminds us to be careful with our words, because we're not to take the name of the Lord our God in vain. Now, it has more to do than that, but that'll just help you remember it. Now, the fourth commandment is the commandment that we are to remember the Sabbath, or a day of rest. And so we can use our hand as a pillow, or if you want to rock the baby, you can do that too, whichever one helps you to remember the fourth commandment. And now, the fifth commandment, we're going to take all five fingers and we're going to salute for honor, and then the sign language for father and mother. So honor, father, and mother. And that's how you can remember that one. And then the sixth one, we have five fingers here and one finger here, and this finger becomes a knife, and we say, you shall not murder. So you stab the hand and remind you, do not murder. The seventh command, we take these two fingers and we cross them to remind us that as mother and father are to stay together, as a couple are to stay together, they're not to commit adultery. And so they're to strengthen their relationship together. And that's the seventh commandment. Now the eighth commandment, you can use either hand, but 3 on one and 5 on the other. And the eighth commandment is you shall not steal. So you're going to grab those three fingers like you're stealing it. If you're teaching your kids, that's kind of a fun one for them. And then the ninth commandment is you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. And so we're going to have this thumb back here. We've got 5 and 4 for 9. And this one's back here. He's kind of talking behind their back. So that's a reminder that the ninth commandment is do not bear false witness against your neighbor. Shortened form is do not lie. So when we do that, we tend to hide. So that's help you remember that one. And then the 10th commandment, this one the kids love too, and that is do not covet. So with your all 10 fingers, it's like you're going to grab for something that belongs to someone else, but you want it. And so that's the 10th commandment. Now I'm going to go back through them very quickly to help you remember them. The first commandment, there's only one God. You shall have no other gods before me. The second commandment is you shall not bow down to any graven images. And then the third commandment, we have a W, which reminds us of our words and that we are not to take the name of the Lord our God in vain. And again, there's more to it than that, but that'll help you remember. The fourth command, I don't know if you remember that one, but that's the Sabbath. We're to remember the Sabbath day, have a day of rest. So you've got your hand as a pillow, or you can rock the baby to sleep, whichever one helps you to remember better, or maybe both of them. The fifth one is we're going to salute, and that is we are to honor father and mother. Honor father and mother. And then the sixth one, you shall not murder. Do not murder. The seventh one is we are not to commit adultery. We're to strengthen our relationship as husband and wife and do not commit adultery. The eighth commandment, you shall not steal. You shall not steal. The ninth commandment, do not bear false witness against your neighbor. Do not lie. So we got this little guy back here hiding because he's talking behind their back. And then the 10th commandment, do not covet. Do not covet. And so I hope that'll help you a little bit, and I hope you'll join us for this series as we're exploring each of these and how they actually reveal the heart of God and His love for us, and how that we actually find freedom in these commandments. They don't set us free, but they help us to live as free in Christ. And so we'll talk more about that. I hope you'll join us Sundays at 10:15 in person and 10:45 online. And you can catch the messages there if you're not able to be with us in person, and invite others to join you as well. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.